All right, we are live. Hey everyone,
Hello.
welcome back.
Hello.
Welcome back to Destiny of the Dice. Um, and we're just going to get right into the game tonight with little bit of a recap. So, last time, our three. I don't know if I want to call you all like adventurers or like our three individuals because I would say you're all very different.
Mm-hmm.
But our group here has been spending some time on Bespin. Um, One of Vreskev's sources was attempting to sort of contact him and do some sort of deal with him. And very quickly, we learned that um, things weren't going to go as planned. Um, a sort of fight soon broke out, and the group here dispatched of some henchmen, as we called them, uh, each of them in their own unique ways. Elish used a little bit of her Night Sister magic. Nim used a blaster pistol borrowed from Vreskev. And
Mm-hmm.
according to Vreskev, he took out many henchmen, but you all just couldn't see. But he trusts that you believe him that he took out many.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Overseer, the sort of Vreskev's contact, I should say, was able to escape. Um, and where we're going to start is actually not with the group, but somewhere else. Um, we see um, I guess now it would be Imperial ship, but what was once a Republic ship is going through hyperspace. Um, Inside, we see um, this dark figure that we've talked about and that has shown up a few times within our game. And he's speaking with a clone trooper commander. And the commander, Commander Fox, tells him about this Jedi that they encountered and saw on Coruscant. Sir, just to brief you on the situation we encountered on Coruscant, the Jedi, at least from what my men can remember or account, it was a very traumatic experience for some of them. They remembered the Jedi having being a human or near human, and they remember um, her having red hair. And one of the men described her using this, and he pauses for a moment and tries to think of the right words. And he says, this green force. And, and she lifted the men and smashed them together many times. Um, the dark figure's face was sort of listening to the story and was trying to concentrate on the details. But as soon as he says something about this green force, he gets a look on his face that he's not very pleased. And he'll say, That was no Jedi, Commander." And Commander Fox will kind of tilt his head to the side in confusion, and he'll say, "Well, then What was it then? They used to go by many names. And there's a brief silence for a moment. And he says, a sister of the night. And he sort of laughs to himself. A few moments later, the ship begins beeping towards the front of the cockpit, and one of the other clone troopers will walk by and say, "Sir, we're being contacted by an unknown ship." And the dark figure will stand up and go towards the front of the cockpit. Now, back to Bespin, where the group is beginning to walk back towards their ship, or I should say, Vresk's ship.
Brest's gonna be throwing his weapon over his shoulder after taking the pot shot at the ship. And kind of, there was the one guy who got smashed into the ship. He's gonna move him off so when they take off, they don't like squish the dude with the ship accidentally. And kind of look around at what little of the dead bodies you can see, because most of them got tossed over the edge, right?
Yeah,
So there's the one dude who got smashed against the ship, and then the one dude who got stabbed, and the rest of them, gravity did it. Natural causes.
Yeah, so there's still one guy that you can see. He's laying pretty much directly beneath the ship after he was pushed by Nim.
Mm-hmm.
And he...
I just don't want to, like, burn him up with the engines as we're taking off, because I feel like that would, like, not be good for the bottom of my ship. Plus, he's also a little slightly respectful of the dead. While I'm doing that, I'm going to loot him.
You don't find much on him. Pretty much his weapon that he was carrying.
I'll throw that in. I'll take that just to throw it in the containers with the weapons to sell.
Why not? We'll say that he's got... We'll roll for it. He's got 9 credits on him.
Nice. I'll take those.
I was just about to say, if Reskev doesn't, Elish will.
yeah. Rest takes those.
Yeah, so you move him out of the way and check him, and after that, you all get it back in the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah, he's gonna secure the cargo that they were gonna offload, secure it back into the storage room, and toss the pistol in with the other vegetables.
And do you lift off and begin to take off then?
Yeah.
Gotcha. As you lift off and begin to make your way out of Bespin, you begin to get some sort of call or transmission from another ship.
I will take it.
As you answer the call, sort of some static comes over, but finally you hear this voice, and they'll say, "Sorry, can you hear me? Is this thing on? Hello?"
I can hear you. Yes.
Aha, Reskev. This is Overseer. My apologies for earlier. You see, What happened was uh, my tower had actually been, I believe, infiltrated or bugged, and that was the reason I had to not act so friendly.
Understandable. Good double cross keeps up appearances, keeps things civil with the new powers
Um,
that be watching over you.
I assume that you and your friends made it off okay,
We did.
and I assume you left my men unharmed.
I only saw two of them or three of them actually were in any trouble, but one of them attempted to kill me with my own gun, and I can't have that.
Ah, oh well. There's plenty more where those came from anyway.
Looking at the quality, even if I had sold you those weapons, they wouldn't have been any use to you.
He chuckles to himself. He says, I know this may seem confusing or annoying, but I can explain and make up for it later. But I have some business I have to attend to before any of that. Um, but what I did say in the tower was partially true. Was that a lot of the people that you and I used to uh, run with and used to know, um, that list is getting shorter and shorter by the day.
Mm.
Um,
Can't have war profiteering without a war on.
hmm, I suppose not.
Mm.
If you if you wish to learn a little bit more of what I speak of and try and regain contact with some of our friends, then um, may I suggest you take a visit to the planet Koriva in the Inner Rim?
Mm. Koriva. Haven't been there. Is it nice?
Uh, Depends on what your definition of nice is.
People willing to kill there for money?
Hmm. You may have um, to search for that kind of thing, but it wouldn't surprise me. As far as I know, it used to be a planet under the um, CIS,
Mm.
but now with the Empire involved, those planets that were aligned with the CIS are now sort of up in the air on what their status really is.
Hmm.
But if you do decide to go there, you should seek out a man named Gerrera.
Hmm.
I don't recall if you've ever met him, but he is someone
Hmm.
who could sort of give you a better idea of what exactly is going on.
I might take you up on that.
I wish I could give you more information, but that's all I've got for now. I'll I may contact you later and try and make up for what happened back there. I apologize, my friend.
So long, Overseer. It's a big galaxy. Keep yourself safe.
And he hangs up, and the call goes silent.
Vrest is gonna seek out the girls, see what they're doing. and put the ship on autopilot just to kind of get near one of the hyperlanes that could maybe take them into the inner rim. And see what they're up to, and they think.
Alicia is just in the back area, sitting down, leaned up against the wall of the ship. And she's kind of buzzing from the fight. She gets pumped when that happens. So she's trying to, calm herself down after, throwing people off using her magic. And also, I think she's kind of trying to internally figure out what, or if she's going to say something to Nim after what she saw.
Nim is she's still stood in the middle of the hall, just staring at the wall. She's still in shock, not really saying anything.
Bress is gonna kind of walk in, lean against the table, and kind of call them both over and be like, "So that didn't pan out as well as I'd like to. I just got a call from Overseer again, the man who just betrayed us. Apparently, it wasn't his doing. He was pressured into it due to outside influences, which I partially believe. Overseer's a lot of things, smart enough to betray me and dumb enough to not have enough men for it. Is not among them. He said to get in contact with a man named Gerrera and Korava in the core systems, who would be able to put us in contact with a place to hopefully offload this cargo and make some money. And that's what I have to do. I need to do the maintenance on this ship. I need to pay for fuel. It's the best lead I have, considering all of my contacts are gone. Republic and CIS. At which point he's gonna open one of the crates and pull out Republic weapons and droid weapons and lay them out and be completely transparent.
At least, I think she looks at the weapons and chuckles to herself. I think she's thinking, why did I have to get on this ship specifically? But she's also, grateful that she got off of Coruscant anyway. And so she looks at Breskev and says, do you need any help? You need any help with this trip to wherever we're going to see this dude we both don't know?
I know how many men he usually employs, and I also saw 2 bodies, so you can obviously handle yourselves. So yes. But I also know that you are not looking to go into the inner world, so I will not force that upon you. But you will both receive a completely third cut, at which point you can either leave or you're welcome to stay.
Elise, ponders that, and she needs the money even though she doesn't want to be in the inner rim. And so she takes him up on his offer, hoping that after this is done, she can disappear and do what she needs to do for herself.
Russ going to look over at Nim. See what she's thinking.
So Nim isn't saying anything. Obviously, still in shock, but she's just thinking. Because like she hasn't been like a massive, like she's still a Jedi and stuff, but like she hasn't been like a massive believer in the Force up until now. But like now she's just like, this is the path that I've been set on. Just got to see it through to the end. Like there's a reason kind of thing. So she's just gonna go with it until she feels that the Force tells her to stop.
All right, Fred's going to kind of nod at them and, all right, I'll go set a course. Thank you for protecting my ship back there.
No worries. I mean, you got me off of a planet I didn't want to be on, so of course I'll help you if when you needed it.
He's going to kind of...
Like, well,
he's going to rub his hand across the bulkhead as he's kind of walking towards the bridge to go set the trajectory to Karava.
As you said it, you do. The ship does sort of a calculation and lets you know roughly how long it'll take you to get there, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit, at least probably a good 10 to 12 hours. So you all have some downtime before y'all get there.
Sweet. Fresk is probably going to spend that time just going around the ship doing general maintenance, like checking, make sure everything's okay, all the systems are running right, air scrubbers, all that. Because he's just feeling antsy, because if this is another setup, then he's twice brought these people into danger. Trying to figure out how to be a captain.
While he's, walking around, checking on things, Alicia asks him how long it's going to take, because I assume that she wasn't in the cockpit and she doesn't know how long it's going to take. When she figures it out, she doesn't want to sit there and dawdle her thumbs, but she's also still buzzing from that fight. So, she goes up to Vreskov and is like, do you have anything fun to do? Do you have drinks? Do you need help? Like, she's like, I cannot sit still right now. I need to do something.
Fresk is going to look at, like, he's going to be like halfway finished with the thing and just be like, all right, hand me the Vipsi Tinseti hydrospatter right there, and let me finish this, and I can show you everything. I assume she does.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. He finishes making that quick repair, and then he's like, come with me. And he's going to go over, and they have one of those little holo tables that they have on the Millennium Falcon that has like the chess game. And then he's going to go over to a cabinet, and he's going to open it, and basically there's going to be all the different varieties of alcohol in Star Wars. Like, there are a lot of them.
He's stocked up.
That's what I like to see. What I like to see.
Yeah. Gun running pays well, but it doesn't always pay in credits.
Elise grabs a bottle of one of the drinks.
Mhm.
Let's go with that blue drink. I don't know what it's called, but the one that was in the Mandalorian, that blue one.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
She
you were gonna
grabs one of
say- I
those.
thought you were gonna say blue milk.
spiked blue milk.
Yeah.
Made in season 3.
She grabs a ball of those. She doesn't want to like just drink out of the bottle. She may be a
Bress is-
night sister.
Yeah, Bress is
But
gonna
she
grab
has-
some cups,
Okay.
2 cups for them, and like hand out one to her.
Yeah, I mean, she has some manners. She may be a night sister, but she has some manners. She pours the drinks in the cups, and I think she looks. I'm trying to like picture the ship. Is there like a corner that kind of hides where Nim is, or she's just still in my line of sight? I don't know how to.
At this point, I'm just gonna. I see the open cabinet, and I just grab the nearest one, and then I sit down at the back table, and I'm just like, "Great, let's play."
Oh, love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Alicia's
He's gonna
excited
get out
about
one
that.
more cup and just be like, hand her a cup as well.
Hoping she doesn't just drink out of the bottle.
Yeah.
And we all sit down and try to pass the time.
Yep. Breskev definitely tries to cheat at Sabak.
Alicia has her eye on him.
As you all do that to pass the time, at some point I would think that you all would probably, fall asleep for the night or, get some rest.
Yeah.
As that happens, Alicia, you have some sort of dream this particular
No.
evening.
Okay.
And it's sort of a dream, but it's almost like a memory as well. You're back on Dothamir, and you are amongst the trees with a number of your other sisters. And it appears that you're all on alert, sort of waiting for something to happen. And a few moments later, you begin to hear the low hum of a ship. And it begins to land nearby. And you and your sisters sort of move amongst the trees to get into a better position. And a figure steps out of the ship. And as they walk down the ramp and begin to walk towards the I can't remember if there's an actual name for it, but we'll just call it the Night Sister sort of fortress on Dothamir.
Mm-hmm.
As they begin to walk towards the fortress, it appears, at least to your eyes, that this figure looks injured in some way. They're walking with a limp, or maybe they're holding their shoulder as they walk, something like that. And as they walk for a few paces, you and your sisters each sort of look at each other and each give a nod. And almost in unison, you all jump down from the trees and you surround the figure. Did we lose him?
He's back, I think.
Is it working now?
Yep, we're just missing the video.
Yeah, your video.
Okay.
It always happens once.
Turn on. Come on. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. We're showing it from a window now and not the app, so it might work.
But like I said, you all
And
turn
not cut out.
down from the trees and surround the figure. You raise your blade along with your other sisters, and some of them also raise their bows. One of your sisters approaches the figure and says, "We don't like strangers." And she takes what appear to be two weapons from the figure off their belt of some sort. And looking at this figure, Alish, you feel like that you've met this person before or have seen them before. They look familiar in some way, but you can't quite put a finger on it. And the figure will say, "I'm not a stranger." And another sister says, "Prepare to die." And just before everything sort of happens, a bright green flash in the sky appears. And out of this green flash and mist, you and your sisters all see Mother Talzin appear. And she sort of floats down from the mist and says, "Stop! She is one of us. Take her to the village." And after she says this, you and your sisters begin to sort of whisper to each other in confusion. And as Mother Talzin sort of lands, she goes next to the figure. And the figure sort of slumps over into Mother Talzin's arms. And you and three other of the sisters approach the figure and carry her towards the village. And at that moment, either you wake up or the dream just stops, but that's sort of the end of that dream or memory.
Okay.
Let's see. And with that, we'll say that Vresk is awoken by some sort of beeping on the ship, indicating that within moments the ship will drop out of hyperspace.
He's gonna throw on his coat and walk up to the bridge, sit down and kind of crack his neck, ready to do this and hoping that he hasn't been set up again.
A few moments later, the ship does in fact drop out of hyperspace. And in front of you is this, I would say it's a smaller planet compared to the other ones you've probably been on, and it has a sort of greenish, yellowish color to it. Looks like it has lots of grassland and maybe some plains and a few rivers and lakes to it as well. Some smaller, some much larger. And as you continue to approach Koriva, you get an indication on the ship that you're once again being contacted.
I will take the call.
Yes. Who would I be speaking to This is the Empire.
My name is Freskev. I'm here on trade.
Trade. Could I ask you to enter your clearance codes?
Does Bresk has? They're not chain codes, right? Yet they're still clearance codes. He has that.
Yeah. Basically, in this instance, by clearance codes, they're just looking for the set of codes that just tells them what kind of ship you're driving.
Yeah, he'll enter all that.
And the person on the other end will say, "All right, very good. I'll have you land in Avi Rook on Docking Bay 34, where you will be inspected."
Fair enough.
And
He's
go ahead.
He's gonna fly completely casual and try and head that way to the location he gave him.
And before he hangs up, he'll say, "And don't get any smart ideas like some others have had. If you don't comply with this order, we will shoot you out of the sky."
Understood.
And with that, the call ends.
He's gonna go over the radio to the ship to let them know we are approaching the landing zone. The Empire is here. We have been directed to land, and they will be doing an inspection. Once we're on approach, I can show you where to hide if you want to do that, or if you have codes and can reasonably explain why we're here, we'll do that.
Well, a chain code is like a passport, right? So we definitely don't have those.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
He's gonna.
Sorry, you can go, Josh.
He's gonna set auto and then kind of come back there and show them one of the panels that removes, and kind of show them where they can hide. It's gonna be a little cramped for two of them, but
Okay.
they can be in there for the moment. And he's gonna hand them a radio. It's like if things look bad, this is how you open this without breaking it from the inside, and come out and do what you do.
Got it.
Yeah, Alicia takes that radio and she hops into the little compartment.
I jump in too.
Perfect.
Very cramped in here.
Very cramped. We make do.
Yep. As you all do that, the ship makes its way to the... I guess I don't know if I'd call it a city. To the town of Avi Rook. And as you take the ship in, you, I guess this would be Varesk, you do notice that there is somewhat of an Imperial presence here, as you sort of obviously suspected. What you do see from just flying in is not very large. There does seem to be, regular patrols here and there, with other clusters of larger groups or barracks, things like that. But nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Eventually, you do arrive at Docking Bay 34, and the ship lands safely.
Mm-hmm.
And in front of you, you can see what appears to be two clone troopers and one man that is not wearing is not a clone trooper, but has some other sort of uniform, imperial garb on, and they begin
Okay.
approaching the ship from a distance.
Fresca's gonna land, kind of shut off the ship, and then lower the ramp and walk down to meet them at the bottom of the ramp.
Perfect. Before we get there, I think this is a good time to take a little bit of a break. But before we do that, we shall introduce our players here this evening, and we will start with Kaci.
Hello, my name is Kaci. I play Elish, the Night Sister. I'm just so very happy to be here. I am on all social media. You can find me with @Earth2Case. It should be below as well. Yeah, I'm mostly on Twitter, but I do post on other platforms as well. So yes, just happy to be here.
Awesome. Lil?
Hi, I'm Lil. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram at CrimeLord Amidala, as is written below my little widget thingy. I've also been really getting into Twitter lately. I talk about the High Republic a lot on there. And I am at Owl Sanctuary on there, his Owl Sanctuary without the C. And you can find all my other social medias through the card in my bio. And I play the Jedi archivist Nim Togosa.
Awesome. And you were just on a podcast about the High Republic, correct?
Yes, I was on a Starlight Transmissions.
That's awesome. I missed that.
Yeah, I was. It's episode 26. We were talking about Tempest Runner. It streamed last Saturday, and you can find it on their YouTube channel.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll make sure to put that link in the description so people can check that out because that's really cool. Josh?
What's up? I'm Josh. I'm a nerd of Warpaint on TikTok and Instagram. Happy to be here. I'm playing Vreskevum Klerkoi. He is a Chiss smuggler. All around cool guy. Yeah. I'm happy to be here and yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I'm Bo. I am the game master for this group. We are into episode 4, so we're sort of setting the pace here a little bit, getting a little bit deeper into the story. So, having a really good time. I'm on TikTok, Bowen _arrow 42. I'm also on Twitter, and you can find all of our social media links and all that stuff down below in the description for everyone who wants to check all those out. And yeah, we're gonna take a little bit of a break, and we'll be back in roughly like 5 to 10 minutes. So stick around.
All right.
we are back. So yeah, right before our break, the ship landed on the planet Koriva and landed in Docking Bay 34 in Avi Rook. And some Imperials, some clone troopers, and another individual were walking towards the ship as Varesk was walking out to meet them. As the three of them approach you, the two clone troopers will sort of stop in their tracks as the man in the middle will continue to approach, and he'll say, I've been told your name is Vere, and it just sort of like trails off.
Most people call me Vreskev.
Vreskev, yes. Would you mind letting me look at your ship and make sure everything is in order?
Of course. He'll stand aside and prepare to follow the man in if he's going to look in, or kind of gesture to the ship.
He'll sort of gesture to one of the clone troopers and tell them to have a look around the ship, and he and the other clone trooper will begin to enter the ship.
Fresk will follow and then lead them to the cargo area and show them one of the crates and lean against it and hand him the manifest.
He'll take it in his hands, and he'll look at the clone trooper and sort of nod, and the clone trooper will turn out of the cargo hold and begin walking around the rest of the ship. And the man will look down and he'll say, all right, so what all do we have here?
Vegetables, some gas, exotic, alcohol, and other trade goods.
I see. And are these to be delivered here to this planet somewhere?
Looking for someone who can arrange a buyer. I don't have anyone specifically in mind, but I know that there is some trade that goes through here.
Well, good luck with that. Any of the locals you will find, I don't think they'd be able to afford any of these items. Pity. And he'll hand you back the manifest, and he'll say, all right then, everything looks well enough for me. Do you mind if I have a look around, and we'll be on our way?
Go ahead.
Alish and Nim, as you're both hiding behind one of the panels, you begin to hear footsteps approach, and maybe out of one of the small slits in the panels, you can see a clone trooper sort of approaching or beginning to walk past. Could I get a stealth roll out of each of you?
Yes.
And I'll give you, I'll let you each add an extra die since you're being concealed by the ship here.
Okay. So my perception is 3, my stealth is 1, so now I have 5 die. Okay, I have 2 5s, a 4, a 2 and a 1.
Perfect.
Mine is 4 plus 1.
I can't hear you, Nim.
So I need to roll 5 times.
You're not muted. I can't hear you.
I can hear her.
I need to roll 5
I can't
times.
either. I can't, but if you can.
Okay.
That's weird.
Two, four, three.
3.
Okay.
2, 4, 3, 3, 5.
2, 4, 3, 3, 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you both succeed. So you both are able to stay quiet and out of sight, hiding in the panel. As the clone trooper walks by, he might look around and check little things here and there. He begins to make his way towards the sort of kitchen area, and he'll open up a few of the cabinets or compartments and whatnot, and just look everything over and begin to close those. And a few moments later, you see that he sort of leaves the area where you all are at. Freskev, are you following this other guy around as he's walking about, or are you waiting? Just waiting?
Yeah, I'm following the captain, not the troopers.
Gotcha.
Just to appear helpful, but also watch what he's doing if I have to do something.
Yeah, he'll make his way towards sort of the bunks area, and he'll walk into a couple of those rooms, and you see him sort of look around and look somewhat confused, and he'll say, "Is it just you on this ship?"
Correct.
So then you must have slept here, being that the bed is not made.
Actually, I sleep in the bridge. Captain died a little while back, and I don't sleep in here anymore. But I just kind of leave it as it is.
I see. Interesting. Freskev, do you want to give me a... Let's see. Deceive check?
Yep. I got 3 in perception, so that's 3. Hey, that one was good. I got a 6, 5, and 3.
Nice. Yeah, he'll just kind of go, all right. Fair enough. And he'll continue to walk around. Eventually he'll make his way out, and he'll meet up with the other trooper near the ramp, and they'll both head down, and the other clone trooper that was walking outside the ship is there waiting for them. And
Fresk will meet them at the bottom, like trying to just fall down and make sure it doesn't need to sign anything, or they're good to go.
I'll say, so how long are you planning on being here?
As long as it takes to conduct my business, shouldn't be more than a few days.
All right. But if it's longer than that, you need to let us know.
I will do. Report to the garrison, or do you all have command of the port?
Head to the port. You'll find someone there who can help you.
Understood.
They'll nod and turn and begin to walk away.
Okay. At this point, Vress is going to look around and make sure, like, are there clone troopers watching the ships or watching the port? So if he goes back in, he can let them out and they can just go ahead and take off once these guys are gone.
Do you want to just give me a straight perception check just to check it out?
Yeah. That's a 4, 4, and 2.
442. Yeah, you doing a quick look around. It doesn't appear that there is any other clone troopers or anyone keeping an eye on you at this moment.
Okay. He's going to go back into the ship and let them out. The inspection's over. We're good to go. We should probably keep a low profile and don't come and go from the ship often. Once we sneak off the ship, we'll meet in the town, and we can check out one of the bars, look around for contacts.
Elise gets out of her hiding spot, groans a little bit because it was so it was a tight fit in there, and she nods at Vresk and says, sounds like a plan."
I also climb out and I off and just nod. It's like, yes,
Okay.
I can't hear you, Lil. I know. I don't know why. But I'm trying to read your lips. Like, okay.
It's like I'm assuming she's going along with it, or she's like, "Nah, I hate you guys. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, no.
Let's sneak out and join the rebellion."
That's totally weird because I can still hear her, but you guys can't.
That's so weird. Yeah, no, I can't.
Okay, I'm gonna try leaving and coming back.
That's so weird.
She's gonna try leaving and coming back.
Okay.
Okay.
Is this better?
Yes, I can hear it.
Yeah.
See, and there's no change.
That's
whatsoever
so weird.
For me. All right. Anyway,
I was saying, I get out, I stretch, and then I'm just like,
Oh, I lost it again.
I lost it again. I can't hear it again. It's so
Oh, no.
confused.
Discord, my beloved.
I'm so confused.
Well, I think I can hear her, and I think the stream can hear her. So, if there's anything super important, I'll relay it to the others.
Okay.
Sorry, Lil, what were you saying? You're getting out and stretching?
And then I just say, yep, that sounds like a great idea. And then I just kind of walk off.
Okay, so you're walking with the rest of the group?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Vress is going to head out first and kind of make sure that once more there's no one watching and make it all the way through like the gates out into the town and let them kind of sneak their way off because he is legitimate businessman and worst case, is seen with them. But this way he keeps his cover even if they do sneak out.
Yep. Yeah, you open this gate that sort of lets you out from the hangar. And peeking through, you notice the two clone troopers and the other individual that was with them seems to be talking to or haggling one of the locals, but their backs are to you, so if you were to try and sneak out, they wouldn't be able to see you.
All right, I'm going to gesture for them to follow and start walking. See if I can head towards if I see like a cantina or something like that, somewhere I think would get information.
Yeah. Elise slowly starts walking out of the ship, giving enough room between her and Vraskev, and tries to sneak her way out of the docking bay area.
Gotcha. And Lil, Nim, you sort of do the same? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, you're all able to sort of sneak out of there all right without being noticed by those three. Um, as you each sort of sneak out and begin to get a better sense of the area. Um, let's see. If you want, I'll have you each roll. Let's see, what would this be? Um, we'll do either a regular knowledge or a knowledge xenealogy check.
Okay. Uh,
Okay.
is it not streetwise, or is that something different? If we're looking for directions, it's streetwise, right?
Right. So Streetwise is information on like intel on crime and underworld dealings, kind of thing, like the backwater kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm asking for genealogy, which is identifying or recalling data on cultures or languages.
Okay.
Six,
All right.
one,
So
three,
I have a
six.
2 for that.
Okay.
Hey.
Got it, too.
Yeah, I got a 6 and a 3, but the different dice is 6.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
I have 2 dice as well. I have a 6 and a 1, and the special dice is the 6.
Okay. Cool.
Hey.
And Nim.
6, 1, 3, 6.
Okay, perfect. So, Vereskev and Elish, you both, or I should say all of you, can fairly easily pick out what the sort of native species is on the planet. They, Vereskev and Elish, you two, maybe you've seen this species before or have had very minor dealings or run-ins with them, but for whatever reason you can't quite place the like name of the species, but you can at least that these are probably the native species on the planet. Nim, you recall whether you read it somewhere in the Jedi archives or just happen to know this information. But this species that is native to Kariva is the Korivar species. They're sort of a reptilian, near human species with sort of scaly type skin. Some of them, their skin colors can be green, some of them can be magenta, and they can also sort of be easily identifiable with a sort of like a kind of horn that comes out of the top of their head. And whether it's this particular area in whether it's this particular area of Avi Rook or perhaps even the whole planet, but it seems that the native species is very I wouldn't say poor, but I mean it's not a thriving giant metropolis as some of the other cities like Coruscant. There's not tall buildings or skyscrapers. It's very sort of small huts and very sort of low key in that aspect. And everyone is just sort of going about their day-to-day business, whether there's different sort of shops set up or different sort of caravans going in and about, people walking around. You may pick out a few different species, a few humans, but I would say the vast majority is this native species, the Koravar.
Nice.
And where, Vreskov, where are you trying to lead the group?
I assume like a cantina or kind of somewhere I know where I can deal guns, like a seedier element might be around, like a where that might be able to point me in the right direction.
Gotcha. Yeah, sort of continuing to walk through, continue to walk through sort of the area. Eventually, you do find something similar to a cantina, but it's not necessarily. It looks more like a sort of. I don't know what I'd call it. Maybe sort of a general, general like goods store, just your basic sort of food and things people might need for their everyday lives. For the moment, you haven't been able to find a cantina per se, but this is probably the closest you've found thus far.
All right, he'll head in there, kind of try and scope it out, see if the bartender is like talking to anybody, or if it's kind of empty.
Yeah, there is a few people in there. There is sort of a sort of central area where a Korvar person is sort of doing sort of the checkouts and things, and there are a few different people shopping and stuff. There might even be like a small family in there doing their shopping. So not dead, but not crazy busy either.
Right. He's gonna look over to the other ones and kind of give them a nod and go see if he can talk to the guy running the store.
And you walk up.
Yeah.
He'll sort of finish up the transaction and hand someone else their change back, and he'll say, "Can I help you with something?"
Perhaps. Not my usual kind of place of dealings, but I'm looking for either a cantina or someone who can do business of introductions.
And they'll sort of look you up and down and say, "I have to say, we don't get much of your kind in here. In fact, I've never seen a blue-skinned man before."
And I doubt you'll live long enough to see another. We don't come out often.
Nim's just sat here like, you never seen a Pantoran?
Might you be able to introduce me to who I'm looking for, or do I keep looking?
Nim, do you say that?
Yes, I do say that out loud.
He'll sort of look over Varesh's shoulder and
What did Nim say?
What did Nim say? I still can't hear it.
Me
sorry.
neither.
She asked if he's ever seen a Pantoran before.
Oh yeah, I forget about the Pantorans. Yeah, he looks like a demon Pantoran
He'll sort
with
of
the red glowing eyes.
He'll sort of look over Varesh's shoulder at Nim, and just like he doesn't really say anything. He just has like a confused look on his face, and so you can probably get that he's probably never seen a Pantoran either.
Mm-hmm.
He'll look back at Varesk and he'll say, "You must be looking for trouble."
Opportunity.
Well, I don't think you're going to find what you're looking for here, but perhaps on the other side of town, there's not necessarily a cantina, but we call it a watering hole. Basically the same thing.
Sounds perfect.
He'll
He's gonna reach over and grab like a bag of the popcorn stuff from Bad Batch. Be like, I'll take this.
he'll ring you up and ask you for 2 credits.
He'll leave him 7 from the stuff he stole from the guy for the information. Extra 5 on top for the tip.
Thank you.
For what? I didn't do anything. We've never seen each other, and he's gonna leave and walk.
He'll just nod and watch you walk out.
We obviously follow, right?
Yeah. As
We're just standing there like, great.
As you all walk out, there is sort of a patrol of clone troopers walking down the street, coming, I would say, towards your direction, but it's not. They're not necessarily like looking at you. They're just looking around, but they are coming your direction.
This is just gonna be walking. He's a legitimate businessman right now.
Yeah. I don't try to like visibly hide like this kind of thing. But I do kind of like hunch my shoulders a little bit and try and walk behind Varesk so like they don't quite see me.
Yeah. Nim, as you're trying to subtly conceal yourself, keeping an eye on the clone troopers, you notice them walk up to some sort of trading post or some sort of small shop on the side of the street, and they begin to get an argument with one of the shopkeepers. And after a few moments, the clone troopers will just completely push over all of their items, produce, everything they're trying to sell, and just push it over onto the ground. The other you other two will probably notice this too, as everyone sort of makes not like a big commotion, but everyone sort of does like a "what's going on" kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Part of Elise wants to go help, at least clean up what happened, but she knows for herself it's not safe to get close to a clone trooper, so she quietly like turns away and keeps walking, just ignoring what just happened.
Gotcha.
Did any of the fruits or anything land near Vreskev?
No, you all were a decent distance away, but could still kind of see and overhear everything, but no, not near you. No.
Okay, yeah, Vresk is just gonna kind of look at him and be like, "Huh, sucks to be that dude," and just continue eating his popcorn.
Elise takes a handful of the popcorn and eats it.
Nim will look at the other two, go, "You're not gonna help?" And then when they don't do anything, she just sighs because like she doesn't want to like get into any trouble, and she just follows them as they continue. But she doesn't take any popcorn.
So Nim says she does not take any popcorn, and instead she looks at you two, sort of confused, and says, "You're not going to help?"
It's just gonna like mid chewing popcorn, just be like, "No, we're not blowing our covers for some citizen who's gonna keep getting oppressed the moment we leave."
Yeah, Elise nods her head, swallowing the popcorn she stole from Vereskev, and says, "I have my own problems to deal with. I'm not gonna help out someone I don't know."
With that, Breskov, the Korvar, saying that right, I think. Yeah, Korvar, in the little store, gave you general directions of where to go. So do you just start heading that way?
Yeah, Brett's gonna turn and keep walking and sharing his popcorn with Leash if she wants it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Elise continues walking as well. I think she feels a little bit bad because Nim was so like, how could you not help this person? But she has bigger fish to fry, so she, pushes that thought away and keeps walking.
Gotcha.
Bresk immediately forgets about it. They weren't gonna get. He wasn't gonna get paid with that, so there's no point.
No point in messing with it.
No point in thinking about it.
It takes a little bit, but after a while, you do catch sight of this place that you're looking for. And earlier, the Korvar said, "You must be looking for trouble." And what was misunderstood is the sign on the place says in Galactic Basic, "Watering hole trouble."
Oh, I
Nice.
love that. I love that.
That's clever marketing right there.
Yeah, that
Bresk
is.
is like, I could invest in that. Yeah.
As you approach, you see a couple individuals walk out, a couple of individuals walk in, so it looks like this place sort of has some steady traffic to it.
Bresk is gonna head in.
And you
Yeah.
the other two follow?
I follow.
Yeah, I follow. Does Vresk go straight to the bar, or does he go to a table?
Probably to the bar. Unless it's kind of if it's busy at all, he's gonna go to one of a booth somewhere where he can be out of the way.
Right. So Alicia will walk in there if she sees Vresk going to the bar. So she, kind of hooks a right and grabs a booth that is kind of hidden, but not not so hidden that it will, impair them from hearing and seeing things at all angles.
Yeah, the atmosphere inside is very sort of dark, and for whatever reason, the air in here is also somewhat damp as well, maybe a little humid, and it's fairly busy in there. But you do look out and sort of find an empty booth. And the room is just filled with the numerous conversations and voices going on, some quiet, some loud, especially those who maybe at the bar had a little too much to drink or talking quite loudly. But that's sort of the atmosphere going on.
Yeah, Nim, or not Nim, sorry. Elise, yeah, she goes to a booth and starts looking around and seeing what she can pick up.
Gotcha.
Same.
Cool.
Vress is going to see if he can kind of get the bartender alone, see if he's the one he kind of needs to talk to, or if he can't, he'll also head to a table, kind of see if he can talk to a waiter. Whichever gives him the most chance of not being overheard, even if it's by a couple of drunk people.
Yeah,
He is suspicious.
you actually catch. There's actually two bartenders. One of them, as you're sort of walking in and getting sort of everything situated, you notice that they are stepping away from the bar for a moment, heading into some sort of back room, maybe to grab some extra items or to refill something, but they are stepping away from the bar, sort of on their own.
He'll follow them, but he's not going to go into the back room unless like the door's open and he can see inside. But he's not going to open a door and go in.
Yeah, I would say the way this bartender operates is fairly nonchalant, so they'll probably leave the door open.
He's going to look inside the room, see if it's like looks like a bar back room or looks like a shady deal type of back room.
No, it's definitely some sort of storeroom with different drink items or small snack items, things like that. So it looks like they're just grabbing something.
Okay. He'll wait to kind of not ambush them, but kind of be waiting at the door, kind of looking like he's looking to talk with them. Post it up.
They'll continue grabbing some of their items and eventually turn around and see you, and they get a little startled and they'll go, ah! Um, ca- can I help you? You startled me there.
Apologies. I hope so. I was told you can be in the business of introductions. I'm looking to move some merchandise, and told this was the place to look around.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
My name's Freskev.
Freskov.
Look,
Never met you.
sounds like a great thing to say once we've concluded business.
This bartender doesn't like understand sarcasm, so he's just like, okay.
I was told somewhere on this planet is a man named Gerrera. I was hoping you could make an introduction.
Gerrera. Oh, human man. Sort of black, starting to go gray hair. Is that him?
Never met him before, sure. All I have is a name and that he can enjoy the product I'm selling.
He was in here the day before last, I want to say.
Do you know where he was heading? Or do you know when he'll be back?
He didn't say. He doesn't talk much, but he made it sound like he was getting ready for something big.
Something big, you say?
Some sort of how did he put it? He thinks for a moment. He's like, a big project, a big event.
Party?
No, I'm sorry, I can't quite remember, but it seemed very important to him.
I'm sure what I have would greatly improve his important project.
Well, I'm not sure quite where he stays or resides, or but I think one of his friends or someone that also hangs around him. I think they're in here somewhere.
Would you happen to know who?
Um, I think besides, well, maybe you, they might be the only other human in here. So maybe I'd start there.
Fair enough. I'll make sure you get a commission from him. And he's gonna walk away.
Like a painting?
He meant like a fighter's fee, but he's also like he's gonna make sure that that comes from whatever Gerrera's got. He's not gonna pay him anything, but he'll say like, "Hey, you should probably pay that bartender, or maybe kill them because they led me to you. Either way."
Like a painting? That was so funny.
Who's going to kind of drop by the table where Alicia's at and say, apparently Guerrero's not here, but one of his fighters may be a human, supposedly. I'll try and make contact, see if we can figure something out.
Sounds good. I will be here. I have a question real
Yes.
quick.
Yes.
When it comes to waters of life magic, is that very is that like showy? Like will like the green mist come out of my hands while I do that? Because I gotta rejuvenate a little bit.
I'm gonna say it's very, particularly, it's probably one of the lesser like, magic sort of things you have at your disposal. So it's not quite as, I don't know how to describe it. I would say.
Wait, are you like hurt?
Is it the kind of thing that we could
I
do?
have been hurt the past, like, not hurt, but I have 11 hit points out of 15 right now. It was from my first little fight when I snuck on. It was from the first episode when I snuck on the ship.
Gotcha.
I just haven't, unless they like just like restore after every episode, but I don't think they do, right?
I think they do after a long rest still, right? And this one?
Yeah, I forget how many hit points, but we can figure that out after we get done.
Oh, okay. Then I'll use this another time.
Okay.
So cool.
Yeah, no problem, I should say. Meanwhile, the other two, while that's happening with Varesk, what are you two up to?
She's sitting at the booth. She kind of like, I think she realizes that them having no drinks or anything, it looks weird. So she's gonna go to the bar, order two plain old drinks, and comes back to the table and hands one to Nim. And she tries to, I think, strike up a conversation. Tries to see where she's at, because since after the fight, Nim has been, really shaken. And Elise, I think Elise cares about Nim. She like tells herself not to. So she's like, yeah. hey, how are you doing? And then in her head, she's like, oh my God, shut up, Elise. Like, you don't know this girl.
Doing okay. Doing okay. How are you doing?
She said she's doing okay and asked how you are doing.
Oh, okay. Elise shrugs nonchalantly, takes a sip of her drink, and says, I've never been better. I just, and she's talking quietly, but I just took out a couple henchmen. I have a great drink in my hand. I'm as good as can be.
Good. You know, if you've ever been to Corriva before.
She asked if you'd ever been here before.
I can't say I have. I've been a lot of places in the galaxy, but I've never been here before. I try to stay in the outer rim.
Yeah. Never been. I've read about it though. The plant culture here is very interesting, and they used to use it for medicine before they had Bacter, and there used to be a plant on every single outpost.
She said that she's never been here before either, but she's read about it, and she knows that once upon a time the plant life here used to be very useful and was used for medicine before back to tanks and those types of things. And there used to be a piece of some sort of plant from Corriva on each outpost in the galaxy.
Elise, she's listening intently as Nim tells her this, and she stores that information. Hopefully, like maybe they can find something just to take with them on the trip. Elise, that her journey there will be like injuries and stuff, and so she's very engaged in what Nim says, and says like, oh wow, like I didn't know that. That's super. That could be helpful. We're just talking. We're chilling.
Yeah. As you're having this conversation, and as I would say, like that conversation sort of happens as Vareska's off talking to the bartender and whatnot. But as you each sort of get back to the booth, you're approached by this man, human man, and he seems very rugged and worn down, and he intently, without really seeing anything, looks at each of you in the eye and says, are you looking for someone?
He's asking Nim and I.
The three of you.
Yes, or Vresk.
Yeah, the three.
Oh, we're all together.
Yeah, the three of you are together now, so he's just sort of asking the group as a whole.
Okay.
Perhaps you looking for somebody or some things. He's gonna lean in closer and be like, "We're looking for Gerrera."
I suspected as much. Well, when you're done here, follow me and I can take you to him.
Elise chugs her drink and she's like, okay, let's go.
I think about the night that we had before, and I'm like, maybe not. So I just like put it on the table and then I follow.
Nim says she remembers the drinks that y'all had the night before, and just sort of puts her drink down and says, maybe not this time.
Then chugs her drink, and then he's gonna follow the guy.
Yeah.
Don't want to waste a good drink.
Never
Exactly.
waste a drink. Gotta save those credits.
Yeah.
With that, the man leads you out of the watering hole trouble and begins taking you back sort of through town. And I think that's where we're going to end tonight, on your way to meet Gerrera.
Awesome.
Perfect.
That's great. I'm excited.
I am too. Oh my gosh.
It's like our...
This is gonna be like perfect in Reskev's thing. It's like, oh, I'm arming rebels. Well, that's gotta be the thing. They're gonna have to pay for this. It's not gonna be.
You're right. We don't run a charity.
Yep,
This is a business.
I want to free the galaxy. Nah, not really. I want to get paid.
Awesome. Well, perfect. So yeah, like I said, I think we're gonna end it there. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Destiny with the Dice. We'll let you know as soon as we know the next time we will be streaming and meeting. And if you're just catching the tail end of this whole stream will be posted later and all that stuff. And I also post some of the highlights on various places. I posted on the Destiny of the Dice Instagram. I post them on my personal TikTok and also on this YouTube channel. So you can go back and watch the whole thing, or you can just catch up on the little snippets and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, and lastly, we'll go back through each of our players here and sort of do their outros. So we'll go in reverse this time. We'll start with Josh.
What's up? I'm Josh. I'm a nerd in Warpaint on TikTok. Happy to be here. I'm playing Reskev, Big Blue Chiss, and having a great time. So thank you for joining us. Hope y'all enjoying it.
Awesome. Lil?
Hi, I'm Lil. I play Nimtagosa, the Jedi, and I can be found on TikTok and Instagram at Crime Lord Amidala, as it is written below my widget, and also on Twitter at Owl Sanctuary, which is Owl Sanctuary without the C. And I talk about lots of like High Republic stuff there.
Awesome. And I'll put the link in the description for the podcast that she was just recently on. So make sure to check that out. Awesome. Last but not least, Kaci.
Hi, I'm Kaci. I just want to say I think it is so funny with the whole issue with Lil's audio. She talks, and I'm just sitting here like hearing nothing.
Just like relaying. It's like a translator. She says...
Right.
It's literally Finding Nemo. You're incredibly cute, but I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm Kaci. Like I said, I play Alish, the Night Sister. You can find me on all social media at Earth to Case. Yeah, and I'm just super excited to be here, and I am really excited to see like where the story goes. So, yep.
Perfect. Awesome. And yeah, like I said, I will post all of our social media links and all that kind of stuff in the description below for all of you to check out. And yeah, can't wait for you all to join us next time on Destiny of the Dice, Star Wars Requiem. And we'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Later.